Dear students, now we are having a session of numericals related to the chapter that is the solid state. In the various sessions we have discussed only the theoretical concept for the solid state. As for the PU board majorly concerned, we have to have the concentration for the numerical based in calculating the density of the unit cell, which is given by the formula D is equal to Zm by A cube into Na. D is a density of that one. Z is the number of particles with respect to the given unit cell, whether it may be the simple cubic or a body centered cubic, or it may be the face centered. Z is equal to 1 for simple cubic, Z is equal to 2 for body centered cubic, and Z is equal to 4 for either face centered cubic, or we can have the options in the form of hexagonal close packing HCP, or it may be the cubic close packing that is called as CCP. Okay. So after that we are having the relation between the radius of the sphere and then the edge length of the unit cell, which can have three types. For simple cubic, R is equal to 0.5 times the A edge length, means R is equal to 0.5 into A for simple cubic. For body centered cubic, R is equal to 0. How much? 433 into A. And finally, with respect to either we can choose that in the form of FCC or CCP, or it may be the HCP, R is equal to 0.3535 into A. Okay. And also you have to know the concept in the form of the contribution of various particles with respect to the cubic unit cell. For example, we know that corner particle contribution is what? 1 by 8. Body centered particle contribution is 1. Face center contribution is 1 by 2. And finally, we will have the edge center, if present, it is found to be the 1 by 4th. Okay. So these are some of the formulas that has to be remembered while solving the numericals with respect to the theoretical based. Okay. So let us solve one by one. Move on to the first one now. A compound is formed by the two elements. What are those? A and B. We are having the compound containing the two elements called as A and B. Here the atoms of B, usually they are considered to be the which one? Anions. Make the CCP arrangement, and those of the element A usually as cations. Means A is a cation and B is a what ion here? Anion. Occupy all the octahedral voids. Then what should be the formula of that particular compound? So here A acting as a cations, they are occupying the octahedral voids, whereas the B acting as anions, they are occupying the which one? The positions of CCP, means cubic close packing. If this be the case, what is the formula of that particular compound? Okay. So let us solve that. Solution. Let the number of, for example, A as anions, as which one? Anions. Let us take the first, which one? Anions is taking as which one? B here. B. At making CCP, cubic close packing, let it be for example N. What N is? It is the number of B elements, usually in the form of which one? The cations, and they make an arrangement of cubic close packing. Let that value is what? N. Then the number of A as cations occupying where? Occupying all OVs. What is OVs here? Octahedral voids. OVs means octahedral voids. So here we know that in general, if N is the number of particles with respect to the given cubic unit cell, then we are having the same number of OVs, means octahedral voids, but twice the number of the particles with respect to TVs. Means if N is the number of particles, octahedral voids is also equal to N, but the tetrahedral voids is equal to which one? The 2 times the N. But here, as it occupies only the octahedral voids, means it is also same found to be the what? Okay. Therefore, atoms of A is to B are atoms of A and B is in the ratio. What's the ratio here? N is to N, or simply we can say that it is 1 is to 1. Means if both are same, means they are in the ratio of what is to what. Hence, or therefore, the formula of the compound is, it is just only what is that A and B, means it is going to be the AB. This is the formula. Here, B occupies where? Acting as anions, occupying the which one, are making the CCP arrangement, whereas the A acting as a cations, they occupy all the which voids, octahedral voids. If N is the number of B as anions, then the same number of octahedral voids is also given by what? N. Means they are in the ratio of which one which? A and B are in the ratio of what is to what? 1 is to N is to N first, means simply they are in the ratio of 1 is to 1. Hence the formula for that compound is going to be just only what? AB. Okay. So let's move on to the second one here. Atoms of element Y occupies or forms HCP lattice, and those of which one? The element X occupy 2/3 of the which one? Tetrahedral voids. It is not whole of the tetrahedral voids, it is only the 2/3 of the which one? Tetrahedral voids. If this be the case, what is the formula of the compound that has been formed by the two different elements which are which? X and Y. So here we are having the two elements called as X and Y. Let the number of, first what is that? Y atoms forming HCP lattice is equal to, I don't know, let it be what? N. Okay? Then the number of which atoms? The second one is what? X atoms. Which atoms here? X atoms. Where it is occupying what? 2/3 of which voids? TVs. Here TVs means it is tetrahedral voids. So here it is 2/3 of which voids here? Octahedral voids or tetrahedral voids? Here it is tetrahedral voids. If N is the number of particles, same number of octahedral voids, but twice the number of which one? Tetrahedral voids. As it is tetrahedral voids, means it is 2/3 of 2N, that is equal to 4N by 3. What is 4N by 3 here? The number of X atoms which can occupy the, not all the tetrahedral voids, only the what? 2/3 of the tetrahedral voids, means 2/3 of the tetrahedral voids is a double of that, that is why it is 2/3 into 2N, that is equal to 4N by 3. Therefore, ratio of atoms A and B is, what is the ratio of that atoms here? What is the A atom here? Sorry, it is not A and B here, sorry, it is X and Y, sorry. X and Y is, what is X here? 4N by 3 is 2N. 4 by 3 is 2, 1. As it is a fraction, let's convert that into whole number. Multiply both by what? 3. 4 by 3 into 3 is 4. 1 into 3 is what? Therefore, the ratio of which and which? X and Y. They are in the ratio of what is to what? 4 is to 5. Therefore, which one? Formula of the compound is, X are 4, Y is 3. Therefore, it is X4Y. This is the formula where the Y atoms are occupying are forming the HCP, whereas the X atoms occupies only the what voids? 2/3 of the tetrahedral voids. Means 2/3 of tetrahedral voids means it is 2N. On simplification, we are getting 4N is 4N by 3. Therefore, the ratio of which and which? X and Y, they are in the ratio of what? 4N by 3 is to N, or 4 by 3 is to 1, or multiply and throw it by 3, we are getting the ratio in the form of 4 is to 3. Hence, the formula of the compound formed by the elements which and which? X and Y is going to be what? X4, Y3. Okay. So then move on to the third one here. What's that? Ferric oxide crystallizes in a HCP array. Array means it is called arrangement of oxide ions with 2 out of every 3 octahedral voids occupied by ferric ions. derive the formula for the ferric oxide. It's very simple here. Because ferric means we have to know the charge of that. Then the oxide, ferric ions. So here, ferric oxide crystallizes in HC arrangement of oxide ions. Let the number of oxide ions in HCP array means it is called as arrangement. Let it be, for example, I don't know that. Let it be what? Here, then the number of which ions? Ferric ions occupying where? For every three octahedral voids. With 2 out of every 3 number of ferric ions in an array of hexad ions with 2 out of every 3 occupied by which one? Ferric ions. 2/3 of which voids here? The octahedral voids, or it may be the holes also. Means it is 2/3 the 2 out of every 3 means it is 2/3 of the which voids here? Octahedral voids. Octahedral voids means it is n or 2n here. If it is tetrahedral voids, it is 2n. If it is octahedral voids, means it is n. Therefore, it is into n. Means it is 2n by 3. Therefore, ratio of which and which? Ratio of which and which? Ferric and oxide ions is in the ratio of what is to what? What is in the what? What in the what? So here ferric is actually 2n by 3 is to nr. 2 by 3 is to 1r. Multiplying by 3 now. 2 is to 3. Therefore, formula of which oxide? Ferric oxide is, ferric means Fe, I don't know the charge of that one right now, and oxide means it is O. How many ferric and how many oxide are there? 2 ferric and 3 oxygen. Therefore, it is Fe2, which one? O3. Hence, the formula for that ferric oxide is going to be what? Fe2, O3. Okay. Now, let's move on to the fourth. A cubic solid is made up of 2 elements. What are those? P and Q. Where the atoms of Q are at the corners of the cube and P at the body centered. Here Q are at the corners and P at the body center. What is the formula of the compound? And also we have to know what is the coordination number with respect to the 2 elements called as which and which? P and Q. Okay. Let's have so here a cubic solid is made up of the 2 elements. What are those? P and Q. Atoms of a Q at corners of the cube and P at this one. Number of Q atoms where they are at the corners of the cube. What's the contribution for each corner particle? As if we know that it is 1 by 8. Into how many corners we are having in a simple cube? It is equal to 8. Therefore, how many Q atoms are there? Just only 1, because they are situated at the corners. Each corner contribution is what? 1 by 8. Into how many corners we are having the 8. Therefore, it is equal to 1. Similarly, P are at the body centered. Number of which atoms? P atoms at the body center of the cube. Body center contribution is 1. Into how many body centered particles are there? Actually 1, because as it is exactly in the center. Therefore, the ratio of which and which P and Q is 1:1. Therefore, formula of the compound is first. What's the formula of the compound here? Is PQ. Why? Because one P and one Q. Therefore, the formula of the compound is just only what? P and Q. Okay, PQ. Similarly, what is the coordination number of P and Q? As if we know that it is a BCC. Means at the center, body center, we are having, suppose for example, P is present. At the corners, we are having the BCC contains totally the 9 lattice points, in which one is at the center, body center, and 8 are at the corners. Suppose if P is at the center, it is surrounded by 8 Q atoms at the corners. Therefore, its coordination number is what? 8. Suppose if I take the P as body center, it is surrounded by 8 Q at the corners. Means in both the cases, it is a what? 8 is to 8. Means the coordination number of individual in the form of P and Q is going to be what? As it is, which one? As the cubic unit cell is BCC, the coordination number of P is equal to 8. Similarly, the coordination number of Q is also what? Because it is an example. Coordination number for this one is going to be 8 and this also. Because BCC is an example for 8 is to 8 crystal or coordination crystal. So you have to remember BCC is a 8 is to 8 crystal system. What's the meaning of that? Each particle is having a coordination number of what? 8. That is why it is called as 8 is to 8 coordination crystal. It is a BCC is a 8 crystal system. Okay. So next we will move on to the fifth one here. Next we will move on to the fifth one. A compound is formed by the how many elements? 2 elements. What are those? M and N. Here the element N forms a CCP and atoms of M occupy 1/3 of the TVs. 1/3 of the which one? TVs. Therefore, what is the formula of the compound? Same. First, we are having the 2 elements. What are those? M and N. Capital M and capital N. Solution. Let the number of N atoms forming CCP, cubic close packing, is found to be the small m. Let it be small m, because as if N is the symbol of that particular atom. Therefore, we are taking that as small n. What n is? Small n is the number of what atoms? N atoms occupying the what? CCP. Then, what's the next one? The atoms of M occupy where? 1/3 of the tetrahedral voids. It is not a whole of the tetrahedral voids. Then, the number of which one? M atoms occupying which one? 1/3 of which voids here? TVs. 1/3 of which one? TVs. Tetrahedral voids. 1/3 of what is tetrahedral voids means? It is same or double? Octahedral voids is same, but the tetrahedral voids are double. Therefore, it is 2n. Hence, it is 2n by 3. 2n by 3. Ratio of which and which atoms? M and N atoms are. What's the ratio here? 2n by 3 is to n. If I remove the n means it is 2 by 3 is to 1. If I multiply by 3 here, it becomes 2 is to 3. Hence, the formula of the compound. What's the formula of the compound here? M and N. M and N is there in the ratio of what is to what? 2 is to 3. Therefore, it is M to what? N. So, this is the formula of the compound where the N atoms are occupying the or forming the CCP, cubic close packing arrangement, whereas the M atoms are occupying only the 1/3 of the which one? Tetrahedral voids. That is why it is in the ratio of 2 is to 3 finally. Hence, the formula of the compound is going to be the M to what? N3. Okay. So, that is the numerical number 5th here. Let's have the 6th now. In a cubic type of unit cell of a compound, A atoms are at the one half of the faces, while B are at the corners of the cube. Therefore, what is the formula of the compound? Here the compound is formed by the two elements. What are the two elements here? It is A and B, I think. Okay. So here, number of which atoms? A atoms. Number of which atoms? A atoms at one half of the faces of the given cube. How many faces we are having? 6 faces. But it is one half of the faces. Means we are having only the 3 phases. Okay? Into what is the contribution with respect to each phase centered? It is 1 by 2. Here 1 by 2 is a what? Contribution for the phase centered particle. Totally how many phases we are having? 6. But it is not all the phases, only the one half of phases. What is the one half phases means? Among the 6, only 3. How to write that 3 here? Half of the 6 into what is the contribution here? It is 1 by 2. So on simplification, I think it is 3 by 2, I think. It is found to be the 3 by 2. What is 3 by 2 here? It is the number of which atoms? A atoms which are at the one half of phases of the simple cube. Similarly, number of which atoms now? B atoms. Where they are? At the corners of the cube. Corners of the cube. How many corners we are having? 8. And what is the contribution of all of this? Our individual this one, it is 1 by 8. Therefore, it is equal to 1. Therefore, the ratio of which and which? A is to B is. What is the ratio of A is to B here? It is 3 by 2 is to 1. R. If I multiply by 2 here, it becomes 3 is to 2. Hence, the formula of the compound is. Formula of the compound is. What's that? A3B2, I think. A3, which one? B2. A3, B2. So here, this half is different and this half is different. This is one half of the 6 phases. Means it is 3. And what is the contribution for the each phase centered particle? It is just only 1 by 2. But here it is all the 8 corners and each contribution is 1 by 8. Therefore, it is equal to 1. So on simplification, we are getting the formula of the compound is going to be what? A3, B2. Okay. Let's have the 7th one now. In a closed packed crystal structure of a mixed oxide. Mixed oxide means we are having the 2 elements with the oxygen. The lattice is made up of oxide ions. In that structure, 1/8 of the tetrahedral voids occupied by the divalent cations X plus and 1/2 of the octahedral voids occupied by trivalent cations Y3 plus. Then what should be the formula of that particular compound? So here we are having the 3 different elements. What is that? X, Y and then the oxygen. Here X is a divalent cation, Y is a trivalent cation and we are having the oxides. Number of oxide ions, I don't know the charge of that one. Let it be, for example, here right now only the O. Where it is actually in CP, closed pack structure. Let the number of, first we can make that, let the number of which ions? Oxide ions in the lattice. Let us assume that as O is equal to, I don't know, let it be for example, N. Okay, what N is? The number of oxide ions. Then, in this structure, 1/8 of the tetrahedral voids occupied by which one? Divalent cations. Number of which ions? Divalent cations. What is a divalent cations? X2 plus in 1/8, which ones? TVs or OVs? It is TVs. That is equal to 1/8 the. How many tetrahedral voids? If N is the number of particles, it is N or 2N. Octahedral voids are N, tetrahedral voids are 2N. Therefore, it is 2N. Hence it is n by 4. What is n by 4 here? It is the number of x2 plus means divalent cations in or occupying the which one? The 1/8 of the tetrahedral voids. Similarly, number of trivalent cations. Which is the trivalent cation here? It is y3 plus in. Where they are? 1/2 of the 1/2 of which one? OVs. 1/2 of OVs means same or double? Same. What is that same here? It is. Therefore, it is n by 2. Therefore, the ratio of x is to y is to O is. What is x here? It is n by 4 is 2. What is y here? It is n by 2. What is option here? It is n. 1 by 4 is 2, 1 by 2 is 2, 1. Multiply throughout by 4, I think. 1 is 2. 4 means here it is 2 is 2. Hence, the formula of the compound is, what's the formula of the compound is? X, Y, O. How many x are there? Only 1, x1. Y2 I think, option is 4. Therefore it is XY2O4. It is a formula for the which one? Mixed oxide. It is an oxide of not only the X but also the Y. X is a divalent in the form of cationic nature and Y is the trivalent in the form of same cationic nature. Okay. So this is how we are going to solve the numericals based on the whether it is in the octahedral voids or it may be the tetrahedral voids. If it is n is the number of particles, if we have chosen means the same number of octahedral voids but the double of the number of which one? Tetrahedral voids. Let's move on to the 8th here. Silver forms CCP lattice and X-ray analysis of its crystal shows that the edge length of its unit cell is 408.6 in terms of picometer. Calculate the density of the silver given the atomic mass is given as Ag is equal to 107.9 in terms of U. What is U here? It is unified mass or it is also called as atomic mass unit and sometimes it can also be referred as grams per mole also we can mention. Grams per So here, these type of problems are very important as far as the PU board is concerned because strictly for the 3 marks questions, the density of the crystal or this given metal is given. It has to be asked here. Calculate the D is equal to what? We have to find out. Density we have to find out. As it is a CCP, for CCP, CCP or HCP or FCC, all are same. Here the value of Z is equal to 4. Value of Z is equal to what? 4. Shows that its edge length is 408.6 picometer. Means edge length symbol is what? A is equal to 408.6 in terms of picometer. Calculate the density and then the molar mass is given as how much it is? 107.9 in terms of U. U is also called as unified mass or gram per mole or atomic mass unit, whatever it may be. So here, as atomic masses are usually in gram per mole means, so here also we have to consider that in the form of which one? The edge length has to be converted to respect because the density is gram per cm cube or if it is SI unit it is kg per meter cube, whatever it may be. Suppose if picometer is given means we can convert that either in the form of the centimeter or it may be the which one? The meter. As it is in unified mass means it is gram per mole. Gram per mole means it is gram per cm cube must be its what? Density. Means the distance or the edge length has to be in the centimeter. Okay. So here it is directly written as 4.086 into 10 to the power of minus 8 in terms of centimeter. How will you get that? If picometer is the case, you know, just shift the decimal places towards the left 2 times and into 10 to the power of minus 8 if it is in centimeter. Okay. Suppose if it is in meter means it is just only what? So let us start first 408.6 in terms of picometer. Can I write that as 408.6 into 10 to the power of minus 12 meters? Minus 12 meters. That is equal to 408.6 into 10 to the power of minus 12 into 10 to the power of 2 in terms of centimeter. Why? Because 1 meter is 100 centimeters. 100 centimeters means into 10 to the power of this. That is equal to 408.6 into 10 to the power of minus 10 in terms of centimeter. Minus 10 in terms of centimeter. So here 10 to the power of this minus 10 can be split as it is 408.6 into 10 to the power of minus 8 into or minus 2 into 10 to the power of minus 8 in terms of centimeter. So if I make this one, it becomes 4.086 into 10 to the power of minus 8 in terms of centimeter. So as if directly I have mentioned, if the given edge length is expressed in which one? Picometer, just shift the decimal places towards left 2 times. Okay, and then into 10 to the power of minus 8 in terms of which one? The centimeter. Okay, so that is the value of which one? A. Therefore, what is A cube here? Because we need the volume also, or A cube. It is 4.086 into 10 to the power of minus 8 in whole cube. That is equal to. So I will get an answer first. A cube is given as 68.22. 10 to the power of minus 8 in this one is minus 24 cm in the form of, because as if in the formula we are having what? D is equal to Zm by A cube into Na. So directly we will have A is given as 408.6 in terms of picometer, but I have converted that in the form of centimeter as 4.086 into 10 to the power of minus 8 in terms of centimeter. Cubing on that, it becomes 68.22 into 10 to the power of minus 24 in terms of which one? Cm cube. So we know that first. What is the formula? D is equal to Zm by A cube into Na. D is equal to what? Zm by A cube into Na. First, what is Z here? I think it is 4 because it is ccp. What's the molar mass here given? 107.9. Then what is the A cube value that I have calculated here? 68.22 into 10 to the power of minus 24 into Avogadro number is what? 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. Okay. So I think 10 to the power of minus 24 and 10 to the power of 23 plus 23 means it is just only 10 to the power of minus 1. So here, excluding that, if I take the simplification with the help of a calculator, it becomes 105. Sorry, it is not 105 into 10 to the power of minus 1. Here it is there. It is. If I simplify for that, it becomes totally, I will write the final answer itself. It is 10.5 by shifting 10 to the power of minus 1 to the right side, it becomes 68, 400. So first I will mention that in the form of 1.05 into these two. Simplification gives 10 to the power of minus 1 at the denominator, but 10 to the power of plus 1 at the numerator. That is equal to 10.5. The unit of density with respect to this is going to be the gram per cm cube. Okay. So the only one thing is, if it is in pencometer, I can convert that into a centimeter, or it may be sometimes the meter. But as if the atomic mass is given in the form of U, unified mass, it means usually it is gram atomic mass or gram molar mass. That is why it should be in centimeter. Therefore, it is shifting that to 2 decimal points towards left into 10 to the power of minus 8 is the direct value where we are converting the picometer into which meter? Centimeter. After knowing the value of A, I can make the cube of that and applying the formula. What is that? D is equal to Zm by A cube into which one? Na. Okay. So this is about the numerical number 8th. Okay. Let's have the ninth. Gold atomic radius is given. How much it is? 0.144 in terms of nanometer. crystallizes in a face-centered cubic unit cell. Crystallizes in a what? Face-centered cubic unit cell. What is the length of the side of the cell? What is the length of that particular side here? So here, the radius with respect to gold is given as 0.144 in terms of which meter? Nanometer. Okay. What is the edge length of the cell? Means we have to find out. Just the relation between the radius and then the edge length. As it is what? For FCC lattice, face-centered cubic lattice. If it is simple cubic, R is equal to 0.5 into A. If it is BCC, R is equal to 0.433 into A. If it is FCC, means R is equal to 0.3535 into A. This is the relation. Okay? For which one? SSC, R is equal to 0.5 times the A. For BCC, R is equal to 0.433 into A. Whereas with respect to FCC, it is 0.3535 into A. R. What I need actually? A. A is equal to R divided by 0.3535. What's R value here? 0.144 divided by 0.3535. So upon simplification, it becomes 0.4073. 0.4073. So here it is expressed in nanometer, therefore this is also expressed in nanometer. Means it is 0.4073 in terms of which one? Nanometer. So this you have to remember very carefully, because for SC, R is equal to 0.5 times the A. For BCC, R is equal to 0.433 into A. For FCC or HCP or whatever it may be, R is equal to 0.3535 times the. That you have to remember first. Okay. Let's move on to the 10th now. Niobium crystallizes in a BCC structure. First, BCC here. And density is given as 8.55 in terms of gram per which one? cm³. Then calculate the which one? Atomic radius. Calculate the what radius? Atomic radius. Atomic radius of the niobium using its atomic mass is found to be what? Atomic mass is given as how much? Atomic mass is found to be the 93. Okay. Niobium is the crystal here. For BCC, I think Z is equal to 2. Z is equal to what? 2. The density is given as 8.55 in terms of gram per what? cm³. Okay. Calculate the atomic radius. R we have to find out. If the molar mass of that one is M, our atomic mass is given as 93 in terms of U. U is also called unified mass. R it is also called as gram per mole. Z is known, D is known, M is known. I can calculate only the value of A, but not the R. But by knowing the value of A, then we can calculate the value of which one? Radius. Therefore, first you have to find out the value of which one? A. What's the formula? We know that D is equal to Zm by A cube into Na. R. What is first? A cube is equal to Zm by Dna. Zm by Dna. What is that again? 2 here. What is M? 93. What is the density given? 8.55 into what's the Avogadro number? 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. So that is equal to. What's the A cube value here? On simplification, I will get that as 3.612. 3.612 into 10 to the power of minus 23 in terms of cm³. Because as if it is in gram per cm³, its value is also equal to what? 3.1. So here, as it is a cube, that is why it can be mentioned as 36.12 into 10 to the power of minus 24 in terms of cm³. What is this? 3.612 can be written as 36.12 into 10 to the power of minus 23 becomes 10 to the power of minus 24. Therefore, what is A? It is cube root of 36.12 into 10 to the power of minus 24. As if there is no provision of the which one? The scientific calculators for you. Okay, only the simple calculator. In simple calculator I can find out either the square root or the fourth root or the sixth root, whatever it may be, but we didn't have the which one? Cube root. For that compulsory you have to see the log of that. Taking log on both sides. Log A is equal to, so here log of 36.12 into 10 to the power of minus 24 to the power of 1 by 3, because cube root is power of 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 into log of those two, add those two and simplify that, that is log A. Therefore what is A? Anti-log of that one. So on that basis I will write only that, it is a part of yours to calculate the cube root of which one? 36.12 into 10 to the power of minus 24. What do you have to do? First take the log on both sides, then this log of 36.12 into 10 to the power of minus 24 to the power of 1 by 3. Log A to the power of n is n into log A, therefore it is 1 by 3 into log of this into this. Again split that log AB as log A plus log B and multiplied by 1 by 3, and upon simplification we are getting some value. What is it? Log A. Therefore what is A now? A is equal to anti-log of that one. Okay, so that you have to, that is the work of yours to get the value of which one? The A. Okay, so here on simplification I will get the value is going to be the, which one it is? 10th here. So the value of A is 3.305. 3.305 into 10 to the power of minus 8 in terms of which one? Centimeter. 3.305 into 10 to the power of minus 8 in terms of which one? Centimeter. Okay. Now, for which one? BCC. We have to need the radius of that actually. We have to get the radius of, atomic radius of that one. R is equal to what is that? If it is BCC means it is 0.433 into A. That is equal to 0.433 into, what is A here? 3.305 into 10 to the power of minus 8. That is equal to, what is 0.433 into? This one is 100 and, it's not 100 and here, 1.431. 1.431 into 10 to the power of minus 8 in terms of centimeters. 1.8 into centimeters. Or I can directly mention that in the form of 143.1 in terms of picometer. Which meter here it is? The picometer. Why? Because as if previously I have mentioned that if picometer is given, how to convert that into centimeter? Just shift the decimal points towards left and multiply by 10 to the power of minus 8. So this is the form here. Then how to convert centimeter to this one? Instead of shifting the decimal towards the left, we have to shift towards the right and cancelling the 10 to the power of minus 8. Okay, this is the most final answer that we can keep, but to get the exactness we are having 143.1 in terms of which meter? The picometer. That's about the numerical number 10. Okay, let's have the 11 now. Okay. X-ray diffraction studies shows that copper crystallizes in a FCC unit cell with a cell edge length of that much. How much it is? 3.608 in 10 to the power of minus 8 in terms of centimeter. In a separate experiment, the copper is determined to have a density of 8.92 gram per cm cube. Calculate the atomic mass of which one? Copper. Means we have to find out the value of which one? M. Atomic mass means the molar mass, or it may be the atomic mass. Then for which cc here? Again FCC I think. Can I say that Z is equal to 4 here? Z is equal to 4. Edge length is given as A is equal to directly what is that? 3.608. 10 to the power of minus 8 in terms of centimeter. Okay. It is having a density of what? Density is given as what's the density here? 8.92 in terms of gram per cm. Okay. We have to calculate the value of M. Z is known, A is known, D is known. So here what is A cube directly? 3.608 into 10 to the power of minus 8 whole cube. minus 8 in terms of whole cube. So I will get the value of a cube first. The value of a cube is found to be the 46.94, sorry 46.96 into 10 to the power of minus 24 in terms of which one? Cm cube. Okay. So a cube is given, z is given, d is given. So we know that what's the formula? D is equal to what? Zm by a cube into what? Na. Or what I need actually, m is equal to what? D a cube Na divided by z. What is D here? 8.92 into what is a cube? 4696 minus 24 into Avogadro number is there. What's that Avogadro number here? 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. All these in the numerator here. Okay. Z is just only 4. Okay. So upon simplification, I will get the answer as 63.1. 63.1 in terms of U I can mention, or AMU I can mention, or sometimes it may be the gram per mole. Okay. So that is the atomic mass with respect to which one the element that is called as, for example, I think it is copper. Okay. So let's move on to the numerical number 12th. So I think we'll stop here. We'll do the rest 9 to 10 numericals in the second session. Okay. So that we will do in the next second part of this particular numerical section. So okay. Thank you.